Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of Vlogmas. I woke up feeling a little under the weather. I woke up with a bit of a sore throat and stuffiness and sneezing. Our whole house has been sick-ish, for like 2 weeks, I want to say. Even Mike got sick this time. And I thought I was gonna escape it, but I feel like it's just gonna be like a mom cold, where you're like sick enough to feel miserable, but like not sick enough to like actually relax and lay on the couch and demand snacks all day. So that's cool. So I'm gonna do my workout. I'm not super keen on doing my workout, but I think I should do my workout. We went for a nice walk last night. I'm enjoying. I love a winter walk. I love taking the dogs, and they're just like, it's just such a nice time of year for walks. I love it. I think in January, we're going to do 75 hard again. We did it not last January, but the January before, and we actually completed it, and we felt so good. And that is the winter that I actually fell in love with winter, because it forced us to go outside. And the only day that I really remember being awful, well, there were two really terrible days. One was, it felt like minus 40 or 45 or something like that. It was ridiculous. And then another night, it was just super icy and rainy, and I was really emotional because everything was going down with my stepmom in the hospital. Anyway, I think in the new year, we're going to do 75 hard again. So I'm just making my pre-workout. I'm chasing my morning coffee with my pre-workout now, which is fine. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do for today's vlog. I might do day 3 and day 4 and then post it tomorrow, just so I have a little break from the editing. I find the editing, it takes quite a long time for me to edit the videos, and then I don't really spend a lot of time with Mike. That's our time to like watch a show or chat or whatever. So we went for a walk, and then I come home, put headphones on, and edit for most of the evening. So I might do that. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm gonna go do my workout. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, and see what the rest of the day brings. I cannot. I just sat down to start editing today's vlog, day 3, and discovered that for some reason, the audio did not work at all while we were opening the advent calendar and eating our jam, etc., doing a little review, having our little talk. So that is super fun. I love that for me. So basically, this is future me warning you that today's video is a bit of a gong show. And oh my goodness. I'm gonna cry. I might cry. I feel like I'm close to crying. silly boy? Are you a silly boy? You are a suck, aren't you? Aren't you? You're a suck. Are you goofy? Are you goofy? Because I want to make mental health and keep it very real here, I want to share like what's been going on with me. I started Vlogmas and I shared why I did Vlogmas. So I would like to reach 500 subscribers and I think it's 3,000 watch hours, which is quite a lot. I'm closer to the subscribers than the watch hours. So I'm really wanting to push myself and challenge myself with making Vlogmas. But like the past 3 days, I have been so in my head and so frantic and so anxious and so overwhelmed and feeling behind and feeling like my life just isn't interesting enough for this. And like it may not be for everyday vlogging. That's not my goal. I don't want to be an everyday vlogger. Maybe once a week. I think I could do once a week and get a decent amount of vlogging done. I kind of wanted to talk about mental health and Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas. It is my all-time favorite time of year. I have always loved it. I will forever love it. I love everything about it. The Christmas movies, the Christmas music, all in, everything. And I even love winter. I've decided, or I've discovered about myself that I love winter. But the last 2 Christmases, I have felt so burnt out and so overwhelmed and so exhausted and so drained that I've just been relieved that it's been over. And I want to not feel that way. I want to feel how I'm supposed to feel at Christmas, and that's just warmth and joy and comfort. So in an effort to, stop all that, I've been trying to look at ways to, reduce the stress. So one of the rules that we have is that we do not travel on Christmas Day. People can come to us. So my mom and her partner come to us. And now that my dad is alone, he comes to us on Christmas Day. And it's lovely and I don't mind that at all. But getting 3 kids out of the house on Christmas Day is just not, it's not gonna happen. So that has always been our rule, that we always spend Christmas Day at home. And I stand by it. So the other part of it is the gift giving. I feel like the gift giving gets out of hand with kids. And it's not because the kids at all. Like, they're pretty chill kids. But what happens is we see something and we buy it for one. And then we're like, okay, well, we've spent this much or we have this many gifts. We have to keep it even. So now we have to buy something for the other 2 to keep it even though they probably wouldn't even notice, but that's what we do. And so then we'll like find some kind of filler gift that it's like cool, but like, will they use it? It's just, and it just is like this cycle. And I know I can't be alone in that. I cannot be alone in that. So we end up with like all these gifts that are really ultimately forgotten. Some of them are nice, some of them are nice to have, some of them never get touched. So this year, I've been wanting to implement this for years. So we've decided to implement a 4 gift rule. So we've discussed it with the kids. They all understand, they all agree. They gave us a list of very specific things that they like, want, need. So the 4 categories are something they want, something they need, something they can wear, something they can read. And let me tell you, it is game changing. I love it so much. So I've just gone through, written down the 3 names and the 4 things, 4 categories, and our ideas for each of those. And it reduces so much clutter and so much overbuying. And I'm so happy that we're doing it this way this year because I actually feel like really excited about the gifts that we're getting for them because I think they're just really great, thoughtful, perfect kind of gifts. So I'm really happy that we're trying this new method. And then we're also doing stockings. In our house, we don't actually do stockings. I started doing orange crates. You know how clementines are in season this time of year, and you're always buying them. So I had all these wooden crates, and I decided to kind of I just wrote their name on each one, and that's what we use instead of stockings because they're just so much more fun to kind of pack. So anyway, that's what we're kind of doing to reduce cost for one, and just overbuying, overconsumption. Inflation is nuts. It's actually nuts, and it has caught up with us. So we're also trying to, really reduce the costs of Christmas this year. I feel really stressed out about it this year. So that's fun. Adulting is super fun. I just really want to keep this a very honest and open place, because mental health, it feels like everybody's talking about it right now, but I felt myself kind of spiraling and getting really anxious and in my head. And I wanted to share that even just talking about it actually is helping me feel calmer. Talking about it is making me realize Vlogmas doesn't need to be perfect. I just kind of need to show up and keep sharing all of it, right? Okay, sorry if the angle sort of changed. I had to answer my phone because Mike was calling. We took the car in for something. A bearing was gone in it, but it was covered under warranty. They found it during the oil change a couple weeks ago, and apparently our brakes are they only have 1 millimeter left, and they're down to almost metal on metal. So we have to pay $1,250 to get new brakes. So that's perfect. Love that. We literally have, that's amazing. So the timing on that could not have been better. So the cost of living is out of hand. It is out of hand. I just feel like crying. So he's gonna get the technician really wanted to do them all today, but because we can't afford it all in one shot, he's doing the rear brakes today, I guess for 600 and something, and then next week maybe, or the week after, it'll have to be next week because there's almost no brakes left. So perfect. So yeah, mental health, inflation, debt, what else? Anxiety, burnout, Merry Christmas. But that's the reality of it, isn't it? Sometimes I feel like, I can't talk about this stuff because, I need it to be all cozy and happy. But the reality is so many people are struggling right now, and I'm not sure how much longer we can keep going at this rate, at this level. Just everything keeps going up. All that to say, I may need to rethink my daily posting, because it's not so much the filming, it's the editing that takes a long time. So if I can have every second night off from editing, that would actually make a huge difference, because I really like editing, but it does feel like I'm just, looking at my phone. I have earphones on and that's all I'm doing. So I think going forward, I might just film 2 together. Who knows, right? Who knows? We'll get through it. But if you made it if you made it this far in my video, congratulations, you are VIP. But leave me an apple, because we had apple jam today. So leave me an apple if you made it this far in this video. All I hope for this video is that maybe it makes you feel less alone. Maybe it makes you feel like you are not crazy for feeling this way, especially around the holidays. And not everyone is all happy and cheerful and, loving life right now, because life is honestly, it's really hard right now. And we have it pretty good. And I know people are struggling way more than we are. but everybody's fighting their own battle, right? So anyway, thank you for being here. I am very honored that you spend the time with me watching me ramble. But I hope some of this has been comforting or helpful to you. We'll see you maybe not tomorrow, but the next day.